And welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for checking us out this evening here on a Sunday as we get jacked up for bowl season. It is a very special day as the gentleman that is my co-host has turned 70 years old today. Welcome in, Mr. Carolina Jackpot. Jackpot, what's going on, sir?
Nothing. Ain't no damn 70 years old going on around here, sir.
Oh, I thought you were 70, Jackpot.
If we're still doing this podcast in 20 years, then you can say that.
Well, you got something to do? You don't want to do the podcast in 20 years?
I said if.
I'm picking at you.
Who knows?
If.
Tom might come after
we'll
you
see.
before then. And
I mean, we've had someone threaten to throw hands with me here in the past week. Maybe that will happen. I don't know. Maybe you'll get old man angry at me and start throwing shit. I don't know. Throw your
I might. There's a good chance of that happening.
Yeah. Well, it is Jackpot's birthday. Jackpot turns 50 today. He is not 70.
Yep.
The super chats are coming in. Mike with the $20 super chat. Happy birthday, sir.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Well, now I feel bad because I didn't put out there it was my birthday for people to. I didn't want y'all to do that now, but thank you.
Well, no, what I thought I would do, I did post on the Facebook page today that if you had a special jackpot memory, I wanted this to be sort of like Mick Foley and The Rock with "This Is Your Life" Jackpot, and I thought I'd bring out some cool memories from the past. I thought that would be kind of cool, and I got some from some folks. So I thought we'd sprinkle those throughout the show this evening, and we'd talk about some of the other nonsense that's out there.
Thank you for everybody's birthday wishes over there in the chat. I appreciate it. Your Green Bay team, Rob, seems to be doing very well at the moment. They woke up this morning, just decided they were going to kick ass today, and that there wasn't going to be another option.
Wasn't going to be much of an option with that. They're beating the Seattle Seahawks 14-3. About 11 minutes to go in the second.
Who are wearing uniforms that look like they need to be playing Major League Soccer in.
They're wearing the highlighter uniforms?
Yeah, the highlighter.
Yeah, that's what I call them, the highlighter uniforms.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
He says, Dion's missing toe says, you're almost old enough to coach North Carolina.
Almost.
Well, anyway, we're gonna put the link out there in just a moment. If you guys want to call up and chat with us this evening, we'll be happy to let you guys do that. I call this the no opt-out show because I wanted to get your opinion on this too, Jackpot. You know, Marshall opted out of their bowl game. It was a couple of days ago because everybody hit the transfer portal, including the coach. And the shitty part is that the coach, Marshall, was the king of the Sun Belt this year, and he decided to leave Marshall to go to Southern Miss, who's been kind of in the basement over there. When I told my wife this, who is the winner of the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, by the way, from the regular season, she said, well, I guess we are Marshall doesn't matter so much, which I thought was funny. But
yeah, what I heard, they wasn't going to pay him, or they denied him a raise or something, and I don't know, it's a shit show. They don't sound like they got a lot of funds coming in, which is crazy that you'd go somewhere like Southern Miss, which is also, we've heard that they
ask Ellis Johnson about Ole Miss or Southern Miss.
Or were kind of cash strapped. I don't know. If things have changed a lot, but I mean, they haven't had much football success lately, so I don't know. They're getting the money from somewhere, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't think this guy's contract was. I mean, how much are they going to pay him? What's he going to make? About $2-3 million, maybe.
That's a good question. Let's see what I'll Google that right now. Let's see here.
What's his name? Charles Huff.
Miss football coach. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Like I in my brain, I think that I would think that more job than Southern Miss, but hey, what do I know? Jackpot, here's the numbers. He went from making $755,000 to $950,000. He left for $200,000.
He was only making $750 to coach that team
at Marshall, yeah, and he left for $200,000.
God, what a difference there is between the power conference jobs and those jobs. Jesus.
Yeah.
And yet these power conference, I mean, don't you think that'd be motivation for them to do a heck of a good job? But yet the power conference is we're going out and hiring rehires that have been at our schools before, or fucking Bill Belichick. I mean,
well, but look at the if you look at Marshall though, I mean they won the whole damn Sun Belt, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
they went 7-1 in conference. I'm trying to pull up their schedule here. See how that goes. Yeah, that should fix it. Okay, there we go. Anyway, Marshall was really good this year, and you would think that, hey, if we win the conference, that would get us into a point where we could, I don't know, give the coach a raise, but
yeah, they won 10 games, didn't they?
Something like that. I mean, they were really good. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to figure. I know that they played. Who was it they played? They played in the. Oh God, who was it? They played. Didn't they play like Louisiana in the championship game at Louisiana and blew them the fuck out? Something like that. I mean, that was one of the games in the pick'em that I got wrong. But look, I'm trying to figure out who they lost to this year because they were really good. They won 31-3 at Cajun Field. They finished 10-3 on the season. He took them on. So they lost to Virginia Tech by 17. They lost at Ohio State by 35, and they lost to Georgia Southern by a point. So, for Marshall, and fuck you. We're not gonna pay you. What a mess that is. So
on the top of my phone when we're sitting here, and that the emails that I'm getting, they they show across the top of the phone in a banner. Now, I don't know if anybody can see this, but this is the one I just received here, or just coming in. This is from the site.
Put it back and we'll see it.
This is from Erection Muscle, and the the email starts off. Harvard discovers erection muscle that gets 97-year-old hard. 30-second erection muscle trick gets you hard as a rock. Click your review and browse. And why are they sending me this shit? Why am I getting things like this? And it's not going spam. Is it because I have an AOL email address and that they know I'm old because I have AOL, or do you think it's like they know it's my birthday today? Sometimes smartphones are too smart. And this is Harvard. This is Ivy Leaguers. This is what they're up there doing. I mean, I thought these people were up there like studying the atomic bombs and things like that. Tom doesn't understand.
You're 50 and you need your erection muscle, jackpot. That's
no wonder they don't play in the FCS playoffs if they're eligible. These people are up there fucking.
No, they're just studying dicks, jackpot. They're not exactly fucking. Did you hear it? I mean, where did you say they were fucking? They were just getting dudes hard.
Well, they gotta try the equipment out.
Oh, I'm sure that they're not going to find any women that are going to hang out. Hey, help us with our erection study. No woman's going to go in for that. What are you talking about?
Arian Smith's drop passes says he gets those too, but he's 33 and he can't go to get milk without getting a boner. Well, you go then.
Good for you, sir. Biscuit says you just figured out that high education people sometimes do useless shit. Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, did you want to talk about the guys coming your way in the transfer portal or?
Oh, yeah. So they picked up 2 over the weekend.
The one from Mizzou's the big one.
Yeah.
Peckerhead sends in a birthday $5 super chat. Thank you, Peckerhead.
Thank you, Peckerhead. And then Sheepish sends one in as well. Happy birthday. Good luck with the erect child dysfunction. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jay.
Yeah, Jay there. Thank you.
Jay's a carpenter. Maybe he can build me a wooden dick.
Yeah, Jay, since you're
George. I'm not George. I bet I said George Jefferson. George Washington had wooden dentures. I mean, what would be wrong with a wooden dick?
Why couldn't you have a wooden penis?
You could. I mean, actually, your name was Pinocchio. But yeah,
this is what we were going to talk about tonight, right? I would have
it seems like the guy from Mizzou is going to be the big one, but this kid they picked up from Wake Forest, he's massive. This guy's like 6'2", 340 pounds, and has allowed 2 sacks in his time at Wake Forest. Has a pretty high pro football focus grade too.
So hold on. The wife says, if I get a wooden penis, it's a hard pass, is what you're telling me? Yeah. Hard pass from the wife if I get a wooden penis, jackpot.
It'd be a hard something.
It'd be a hard something. Anyway. Yeah, well, the kid from Mizzou I don't get because not that I don't get, but I wonder, like, he was highly touted. How did he, I mean, either the bag's bigger at South Carolina or maybe there's something at Mizzou. Who knows, you know?
Well, here's the thing. I made a video about this last night. You know, there was a thread over on their 24/7 site, Power Mizzou. And I was going to link it in my video, but they took the damn thing down. And they were very upset. I mean, very upset. I mean, just shit talking Shane Beamer, just crying, gnashing teeth. You know, they already lost. We talked about it Wednesday. They already lost Williams Raw Weenie. And now they've lost the guy on the other side.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. But here's the thing. I don't understand. So he played in 6 games. He only recorded 2 total tackles. Now, to me, I mean, that's poor roster management by the dork. I mean, why was this guy playing so much? I mean, why was he playing in 6 games? He knew he wasn't going to record any stats. If he obviously only came in for a few plays each game, and now they've done burn up his red shirt. So that just seems crazy to me. He played in 6 games, so he can't. Is it you played in 6 games, or do you have to record, or is it 4 games or less you can redshirt, correct?
4 games or less, you can redshirt. Yes.
So if he played in the game and he doesn't have any stats in the game, did he actually play? Or
if he is in for a play. So if you have a wide receiver that goes out there and steps on the field, whatever, if the ball is snapped, if there's a play, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Gamecock Chuck said he thought he'd only played in 4 games and he was going to be eligible for a red shirt, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well,
seems like you could appeal that shit. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't know. I'm with you on that. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. So
he's huge, and they his body type and the way he comes off and his step and that they're comparing him to the late Clemson player old Gaines Adams. So
okay, yeah,
he was okay.
Let's see how that goes. Yeah, Gaines Adams was all right. Let's bring the people into the show and put the link over here for you. The link's also in the bio. By the way, the Callaway's Bowl Pick'em Challenge, the link is up. Make sure you pay jackpot and then make your picks. You need to follow along because after the 30th or after the 20th, we'll be making another page because we'll have the other playoff teams in the mix there.
Yeah.
So make sure that you follow along with that because if not, you'll miss some picks and then you'll be pissed off.
Yeah, I haven't even advertised the thing, Rob. I haven't even made any videos about it or anything. And we've got maybe, I don't know, I want to say about 15 people or so, I would guess, have sent me money. I haven't counted it all up yet, but we're doing pretty well.
But I mean, the deadline is this Friday. You got 5 days. So
Zach Hamilton, who is a Tennessee fan, has said he's going to get some of his people from his work. He's going to have them get in.
Awesome.
Matt Shaw says everyone's sleeping on Oregon not winning at all. What's the spread on Texas versus Clemson at the moment? Texas favored by 11. I'm not sleeping on Oregon not winning at all. I would think they've got to be the favorite right now, huh? I mean,
yeah, I think in Vegas they are the favorite right now. Jackpot.
They went through basically been challenged once this year. Well, maybe twice. I mean, Ohio State challenged them, and then I think it's fair to say old Ashton Gentry and Boise.
There you go, old fella. Get those words out. Come on now.
Boise State challenged them too.
More oatmeal for you tomorrow, sir. Hey, Jackpot, there was a lot of heat in my timelines about people upset that Travis Hunter won the Heisman. They talked about Gentry and everything else. I think it didn't bother me at all. I thought that either one of them were both well-deserving in my opinion, and you're always going to have one loser. So,
yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, it didn't help Gentry's case that he played at a group of 5. I mean, that's just how it is.
I just think that
has anybody from a group of 5 won? I mean, I don't think they have.
Yeah, I think I have to look that up. Hold on, I'll pull that up now. But let's welcome Octavian to the show. Hello, Octavian.
How you doing, sir? Happy birthday, Jackpot.
Thank you, Octavian.
Hope your Shamecocks do better this year, man. Hope they win the bowl game.
Yeah, I think they got a good chance.
I think they will. I think they'll blow the hell out of what is it, Illinois?
Yeah.
We just have to worry about old Beleven or whatever the fuck his name is eating Shane Beamer at midfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna beat the absolute dog set out of Tulane. I ain't worried about that game. We'll beat them by 60 points.
Yeah, they don't. Well, their quarterback's not his already hit the transfer portal, so.
Yeah, they quarterback and they down to their third string quarterback. We ain't worried about them. We'll beat them Friday. You'll see the 2025 game is next year, man. Next Friday.
Yeah, y'all gonna take them from 2 lane down to 1 lane.
Yeah, we're gonna take them down to the 1 lane street. To the 1.
Y'all gonna take them down to one lane. That's gonna be Know Your Role Boulevard.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just got a question for these Georgia fans is really just getting this. They really hate. They some haters, man.
They get a little bit chesty.
Yeah, they get a little pissy. They get a little pissy for they get a little too pissy for me, man. I
All
told them
right,
the
check.
other day that
Hold on. Let me give him this stat here. Like teams that are out of the Power Five that have won the Heisman or players out of there. Army and Navy, but that was back in like the 40s and etc. I don't know if you want to count. There was one other one that kind of stuck out. What was it? Army, Navy, and Princeton has a Heisman winner. Dick Kazmaier, 1951. And then let's see.
You have one.
I think they do. I'm looking. Chicago had the first Heisman, Jay Berwanger in 1935. Yale's got 2.
Yeah, he was a hell of a player, old Jay.
Yeah, you watched his games live, didn't you, you old bastard? SMU
Yeah,
has
I did. Me and Billy Cole sat there and watched them together.
That's
before
right.
Andy Griffith come on.
Yeah, Doak Walker was the SMU guy that won the Heisman. He won it in 1948. But yeah, no.
Well, that's right. So we know SMU is a Group of 5 team.
Just stop it. Just stop that shit.
Wow.
All right. Anyway.
But,
all right.
But anyway, I just want to say that I don't know if y'all read this article about FSU saying that they denied getting out the ACC, but those sorry sons of a gun. That, I got to root for every chance I get. Do you know that they say that they never want to leave the ACC? You know that?
Yeah, Uncle Lou had something out about it this morning.
These FSU people have to be the most delusional people I have ever met in life. I have to say it because they football team is ass. The university is god awful. And to tell you the truth, they just sorry to me. They just like Georgia. Georgia, I wish Georgia just could fall off the cliff. I just hate them. I hate FSU 2 times is worse.
Okay.
Yeah,
we understand. We understand that you hate Florida State and Georgia. You make that known every time you call, sir. We get it.
I'm trying my best to try to root on Tennessee, even though I hate them with my passion. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be a football fan and try to root for Tennessee, but these Tennessee fans makes it hard. Though. They really do.
They
Don't
do.
throw up.
I agree.
They really do. They really do
100%.
make it hard for you to.
All right. Well, what else you got, buddy?
Oh, it's getting cold down here in northern Florida. It's getting real cold down here. It's getting nippy. So everybody going to look. It's getting cold out there. Get y'all some Jack Daniels.
Cool.
Yeah, get Jack Daniels. Get all that, and go sit here and watch the Gators beat up on Tulane, and hopefully Georgia get put out the playoffs, and FSU keeps suffering, and hopefully Tennessee win the championship. I hope so. So luckily we have something to at least brag about. One SEC team to brag about. The other one, I just can't really say nothing nice about them. They just horrible to me. And Clemson, I hope Clemson does good in their little game there against Texas. I really do. I have high hopes for them. Even though I don't think
I'll say this: I don't think Texas will beat Clemson as bad as they did Florida.
Yeah, they won't do that. Yeah, we was down to our third string quarterback. That was the worst game of the season.
You got 85 scholarships.
Oh, I cussed their asses out after that game, and maybe they got some shit together after I cursed their asses out because they won their last couple of games after I cursed them out.
Well, they know you're serious.
Played the backup quarterback against Akron. We blew them out.
I cursed the dog snaps out of Billy Napier that day. But after that, though, they started winning and doing some things right, and finally we fired our defensive coordinator, so that was good. But other than that, our offense still is charged. But hopefully we Lincoln Rod. Oh, not Lincoln Rod. What's the dude from West Virginia? The dude they just fired.
Neil Brown.
Yeah, we get him as offensive coordinator. Hopefully, we get him as offensive coordinator and turn it up on
Didn't
teams.
you just didn't wait a minute? Hold on. Never mind. Never
We
mind.
fired our defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I got you. Good point, sir. All right, I gotta move on. Well, we appreciate
Yeah,
it, buddy.
Go Gators, fuck South Carolina and fuck Georgia and fuck FSU.
Thanks,
All right.
Octavian. We understand. Hate those people.
I forgot to mention this. Chris brought this one up. How about Navy upsetting Army? What did you think about that?
I liked Army a lot, and the Navy folks went out and did what they were supposed
They
to
just
do.
beat their ass, and I don't think Army didn't look very. I don't know. They didn't look very motivated in that game. To me, it was kind of strange.
They didn't look very Army-like. Hopefully,
They
our
didn't play good. Didn't play good at all. I mean, their quarterback's tough as shit. He was playing. Dude, his hand got stepped on like the second play of the game, and he was bleeding bad from his finger. And they were talking about it, and they were like, well, you know, that the announcer, one of them commented on it. He said, "I guarantee you noticed that before he did, because he's just a really tough individual." Yeah. That Bryson Daly.
I like that game.
Yeah.
Biscuit, welcome to the show. Are you wearing a hat because Chris said your head wasn't healthy last episode?
I don't know. No, my head's healthy. Just
I don't know what the hell was going on with Chris that the other day, but it's like all of a sudden he just said, "You wear a hat because your hair."
Well, I was being insulting too. So I actually said the first insulting thing. So
yeah,
no, I was messing around, but yeah, no. So I didn't think too much of it. But I was listening back to your show last week when that Alabama fan called in, and I swear to God, that reminded me of, if I didn't know it was your show, it would have reminded me of Paul Feinbaum's show in Alabama back in the radio show back in 10, 15 years ago, where you have those crazies call in.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that was insane. I mean, when the third most offensive thing you say is that you want to see Clemson bombed by Russia, that's the third most offensive thing.
Everybody was doing that. Rhett Talk was showing that long clip from that on his little show that he did the other night too.
Well, I didn't know that things like that upset. I mean, Biscuit, if I just came on this show and the first thing I said to you was, Ole Miss beat the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to threaten for Clemson?
I mean, I'm not.
You do that shit to me. It happens on a routine basis. And I just come back with it, I don't really let it affect me all that much. I would have just been like, you talked about, let's pretend we're doing this show after you beat our ass 56-7 that year. I'd just be like, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, we weren't prepared. It's not anything that y'all did. Yeah. We just weren't ready to play the game. That's what I would have come back at you at. Not, I hope you crash and burn. I mean, that's just over the top,
Yeah, I deal in fact too. So, if someone came up to me and said, Ole Miss kicked the shit out of you, I would say, yeah, they did. And if someone came up to me and said, we have got a bit of an Alabama problem, I would say, yeah, we do. I mean, so the argument in the other argument I had with that Chris from Georgia, when he was saying that I wanted Alabama in, actually, I want Georgia to have the best opportunity to make it to the national championship. So if I know there's a team that gives them problems, I probably want them out of the way, more likely, right? But
I mean, look, to be honest, if we seeded the field, right? Like when we seeded it on the instance of, hey, like a true seeding, like obviously Oregon would be number 1. I don't think we disagree with that. No. I think Clemson's number 12. I don't think there's much argument there. You can maybe put them I don't know. Maybe put them ahead of SMU because they got the win, whatever. But I mean, as far as Georgia goes, you guys you're a top 4 seed.
Yeah.
And, you have a great shot to win the title. It's not, I don't think that's
to be fair, we've won 4 games against current playoff teams, including highly ranked ones. We don't need any more clout. I mean, there's no gain to us having any other team pulled in to play.
But my point is this though. I don't think that there's a team on there that you go into as a Georgia fan thinking, you know what, they're going to beat the fuck out of us.
No.
I don't see a team out there that could.
The interesting thing about the Georgia team this year, though, is there is the potential that they could. But yeah, I'm not walking in there going that any team we play against is a definite.
Well, you're talking about the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, you've already beat 3 of the teams that are in it.
Yeah. I mean,
right? Yeah. One of them you beat really bad. I won't.
You know what I think would be really good for college football?
Beat them by 30 points.
Is an Oregon-Georgia final. I don't know if the bracket would set up that way, but an Oregon-Georgia
it will set up that way. There are people that have theirs.
Yeah.
Mapped out. That could be that could be a potential national championship game.
Wouldn't that be like if take your fandom out of it, you could have, the beast of the East meets the beast of the West. Mm-hmm. Lanning's going to try to get one over on his mentor. Mm-hmm. I think that would be that'd be great for college football overall. I really do.
Yeah, we kind of polar opposite teams, both geographically, even politically, sort of. Totally opposite teams. One team that came from the Pac-12 into a big conference, one that's been a stalwart in one of the major conferences forever. All those things, all those storylines. The fact that Georgia pummeled them a couple of years ago would probably play a factor in it. That would get talked up so much it would probably get sickening.
Probably.
Yeah, they beat the soul out of them in Lanning's first game.
They just keep repeating it and it get tiring. I
just think it would be, if you're looking for, there's storylines all the way through the bracket. If you really think about it, you could pick a team and talk about different things that are cool about them. The Tennessee fans want you to think they're getting no respect and they're going to go up to Ohio State and, no respect there. And Ohio State thinks nobody respects them because they laid a turd with Michigan and they're running around with that chip on their shoulder. And
which Tennessee fans are you talking about? Are you talking about the Tennessee fans or are you talking about the Florida Tennessee fans?
Well, explain to me what those are, sir. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Well, Octavian, who just called in a minute ago, he's a Florida Tennessee fan now. He's pulling for Tennessee.
It's annoying the shit out of me with that shit. Pick a fucking team, one team, and stay with them. Holy shit!
Why is he doing that? Because it's an SEC team. I'm not.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, and look, and Biscuits, you made the argument at the beginning of the season. It's a really good one to root for the teams in your conference because it could help you into the playoff. Now that argument
it doesn't matter now.
You're already there. Why not give them the fucking finger now and be like, I don't need you. I hope you motherfuckers lose by 70.
Well, don't forget what I said specifically was root for the teams that are on your schedule. So, like I said, I would be pulling for Clemson the rest of the season because they're on our schedule. And I guess they helped out in some way. I don't know to what level.
But it doesn't matter now. It doesn't really matter, though, now, does it? You don't have to hope good things for them now just because, I don't know. All right, Octavian wants to debate you, but I've already put Octavian on the show. Jackpot, do you want Octavian to debate with Biscuit?
Oh, Biscuit, are you up for the challenge?
Sure. Yeah, bring him on.
Yeah, let's see what he
says. Yeah.
What does he want to debate?
Octavian, what do you want to debate with Biscuit?
So I'm a Tennessee or Florida fan, huh?
Yeah, you've been riding their nuts for a week, man. How can you
argue? We played them. We played them on our schedule. I don't mind rooting for Tennessee.
Okay, good. But you're riding their nuts. You just admit you said that you were pulling for them.
You're riding Clemson to the playoffs, sir. Did your team make the playoffs, sir?
Octavian,
I know my team didn't make the playoffs.
I can't hear him. Hang on.
Yeah, he said his team didn't make the playoffs. Octavian, your team's not going to make the playoffs with that. With your coach.
Is that a surprise? Is that a revelation?
We're going to make the playoffs next year, man. What are you talking about? Sir, respectfully.
Don't respectful me that. Every time you said Florida's going to win the national title on this, it's been every single year. And you've been wrong every single year.
Yeah, you're like what's Florida's record the past couple of years? But I don't know. I'm guessing here.
They're going to have a winning record this year at least.
That's about your record now.
We're definitely going to have a winning record. Y'all can't use that as an excuse this year.
Congrats
So
on
we're going to go 8-5 or 7.
And we got a top 10 recruiting class, and we got a top 10 quarterback come back next year. And our team is going to get better. It's only going to get better because we're going to have sophomores.
Top 10 recruiting.
Didn't you have the number one quarterback in the draft a couple of years ago?
We have the best quarterback in the SEC.
What did he go?
We have the best quarterback in the SEC.
Do you?
They bet me on that.
Okay.
Next year?
Yeah. DJ Lagway is the best quarterback in the Southeastern Conference.
We could go back to 2022.
If you say Lenore Sellers is the best quarterback, I will respectfully put him against.
I've seen Lenore Sellers play against a really good defense in Clemson, and he fucking shredded them with his legs. I'll roll with Sellers.
Did you see what DJ Lagway did to LSU and Ole Miss?
Before you call up here.
Before he got hurt, DJ Lagway shredded us 2 for 6. He was 2 for 6.
He had some problems saying help.
DJ Lagway absolutely killed Georgia. If we would have played that whole game, we would have beat them. We would have beat them.
That's incredible.
We would have beat them.
Sure, you would have.
We
lost by 2 touchdowns, and we were sitting on your 25 down.
We were going to beat Georgia. We were going to beat Georgia that day.
By at least 3
Y'all got it. Y'all escaped. Y'all escaped.
We've escaped
it's okay.
3 years. It's 4 years in a row. It's
okay.
What 7
it's
of the last?
Okay. It's okay. It's gonna be a different story. It's gonna be a different story this coming up year when
we could go back to December, Rob. We could go back to December of 2023. He was saying the exact same thing. We can go back to December of 2022. He was saying the exact same thing. 2021. Right. They have become what Tennessee was before.
South Carolina could beat Georgia. If they were playing this weekend, I will put my money on South Carolina.
You ride other teams nuts a lot. It's incredible. Tennessee.
No.
Wow, man. Why don't you just ride? Why don't you go on OnlyFans and get gangbanged by every?
We're not riding that, sir. Listen, when Florida beats Georgia, I promise you, it will be the day that all y'all Georgia fans.
Okay,
you're not even on our radar, man.
Y'all is sorry as hell. That's a myth. Y'all is sorry as hell. Y'all is sorry as hell.
We beat 4 playoff teams. You've beaten who? LSU this year?
We beat LSU and Ole Miss. We beat LSU and Ole Miss. The team that beat y'all by 18 points.
You're bragging about going
out pounding Tulane. The team that beat y'all and tore down the goalpost and took it down the street. The same team that beat y'all.
5 minutes ago, you're bragging. You're a Florida fan who's bragging about taking down Tulane. How sad is that? How far?
We're gonna beat Tulane. That's right.
That's embarrassing. You're embarrassing the SEC. You're really embarrassing.
They're going to take that 2-lane down to a 1-lane dirt road to nowhere.
Yeah, we're gonna beat that. Absolutely, we're gonna absolutely beat the
soul out of that green wave.
It was not fault that we picked Tulane as our bowl opponent. We wanted Michigan.
Shouldn't you do that? Shouldn't you beat the shit out of Tulane? Is that really a bragging point?
We should.
Why shouldn't you beat the shit out of Tulane?
We're gonna beat the hell out of Tulane. Are y'all gonna beat the hell out of Notre Dame or Indiana? Hell no. Y'all not gonna beat none of them because y'all suck.
Okay.
Yes. I put money on it. I put my house on it. I put my Florida Gator life on it that y'all will not beat Notre Dame or Tulane.
Why don't you just?
So what are you saying? So what are you going to do if they beat either Notre Dame or Indiana in the next round of the playoffs?
They're going to end up losing. So they're not going to.
Are you going to turn in your fan card? Because you just said you bet your Florida Gator life on it. That sounds like I'm going to turn in my Florida Gator fan card.
Oh no, that's not that. I'm a diehard Gator fan. But they're going to lose.
I don't think I would bet that.
Why don't you?
They will lose.
Octavian, why don't you do this? You're confident, right? You're confident that Georgia's going to lose to Indiana or Notre Dame, right? You're very confident, right?
I'm confident in it, sir.
Why don't you if you lose, if you win, you can come on the show and we will.
I'll
be
on here
that day.
I'll come on
the
here.
Octavian's Got It Right program. I will name it that. We'll open up the show. Jackpot and I'll kick back, and you can just talk about how
it'll be awesome. It'll be one of your 10 favorite teams beat Georgia finally.
Yeah,
you finally found a team that can beat Georgia. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome for you.
But if Georgia does beat Notre Dame or Indiana, you have to change your YouTube screen name there to Georgia Owns My Ass, and you leave it that way until fall practice starts next year.
Okay, we'll do that. We can do that because Georgia is ass, and they will be losing the first round of the second round of the playoff.
Make sure if you lose, you change your name to Georgia Owns My Ass, and you leave it that.
Is Carson Beck? Is Carson Beck even playing? Is Carson Beck even playing?
I just want to make sure that you understand the bet,
Probably
sir.
not.
Oh yeah, they're definitely losing. If it's for sure that they definitely losing.
Playing? Did you watch Gunnar Stockton play?
I really wanted him to be a Florida Gator. I really did. I really wanted Gunnar Stockton to be a
listen,
Florida
though,
Gator.
I want to give Octavian some credit here. He is the proudest 7-5 fan I've ever seen. So good for you.
We're going to be 8-5. 8-5, sir.
You are the proudest.
8-5, sir. 8-5, sir.
Good for you.
Yeah, we're going to be 8-5, and we're going to take back the SEC.
Florida pulled off a miracle this year and went 7-5.
You agree to the bet, right, Octavian? Everybody hears that.
Well, I will change my YouTube name to Georgia Owns Octavian. I will change my name.
Georgia owns
my ass.
But all that would be doing is describing what we already know. Georgia does own your ass.
No, they don't. They don't own the Gators. They don't own the Gators. That soft program has its day coming, and when that day comes, I hope it be my Gators that beats them. Because
that day coming, does that mean Georgia will lose eventually? Yeah, they'll lose eventually.
Yes, they will lose eventually. To us too. It's gonna be.
It ain't to Florida for sure. So that's why you're spreading your reach out to every other team that you can think of.
Okay. All right, Octavian.
You can get one right. Get one right out of 10. Good job.
We got to move on though, but Octavian, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Go Gators and fuck Georgia.
All right, there you go. And let's read the super chat real quick here. Donovan, thank you for the super chat. Says Georgia's the favorite in the playoffs even without their quarterback. Ohio State hasn't seen a running back or defense like my Vols have. Nico will be the best QB in the SEC next year. Rob, Clemson is beating Texas Saturday. Thank you, Donovan.
Okay, thank you for the super chat, Donovan, even though I agree with about a third of what you said there.
So if Florida wins, Biscuit has to change his name to Florida Owns My Ass. Florida wins what?
We were told Nico was going to be the best quarterback in the SEC this year. Now it's next. It's next year now.
It's next year.
Next year when he doesn't do it, then it'll be okay. In 2026, he's going to be the best.
I didn't bring Biscuit into it, but I just thought we're putting up an hour of airtime.
I presented a calmer me tonight. My wife was listening to me the other night, and she said, "Your blood pressure is going to go nuts." I'm going to be 50 next month too, so I got to start watching that stuff too.
So you and Jackpot can get together and explain bet camp.
We're both getting old.
Fucks.
We're both getting old, man. But yeah, I've got to watch my blood pressure, so I'm going to try to keep calm.
Good for you, sir.
But yeah.
All right, Biscuit, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling in. We'll see if Octavian holds up to his bet.
Go Dogs and fuck fake fans.
Very good, sir.
I guess we could change his name, Rob, to Nico. I'm gonna do it next year.
Yeah.
Instead of Nico, I'm gonna leave you. That's what Uncle Lou calls him. Nico, I'm gonna do it next year. I don't know. You might want to check the form on our bowl thingy there, Rob, because Jackpot Jr. said you don't have the Fenway Bowl between North Carolina and UConn on there.
I will go and check it out once we get done with the program here.
I don't know.
I may have messed it up. Hey, I have issues. I admit that. I'll check it out for later this evening. But I'm also gonna. I think we have to redo the Marshall Bowl. I don't know if that was in the first set or not, Jackpot. We have to check that out. But Marshall, since they're
Marshall's not. It's now.
Louisiana
is it Tech. Army and Louisiana Tech?
Yeah. So I have to fix that.
They're going to be hyped up for that one. What can you imagine if they lose to Navy and then go lose to the replacements in the Independence Bowl?
Yeah.
That would be the shits. That'd be a shitty way to end the season.
Happy birthday, Jackpot.
Thank you.
Yeah, no one mentioned it, so you know I had to.
Thank you, sir.
I got one question before I answer a football question. What's your favorite video you ever made, Jackpot? What's your favorite?
My favorite video I ever made?
Besides the scratch off.
I like the one where, and I don't know if that was on YouTube or not, but basically you just came out and just ripped the Gamecock fan base talking about we as Carolina fans get to, and you just named off a long list of you and the comrade and Wendy and a lot of other folks from our Facebook group. We get to enjoy this, but you fake motherfuckers don't get to talk at all. And you were just fucking raving mad at your own fan base after you won a game. It's like, holy shit, Jackpot. That was pretty good.
Yeah, my two is probably the week before the Tennessee game when y'all blew 2 years ago when you're saying I'm not a fan no more. Or I'm not going to support the team.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, so I'm not going to support them until they make some changes. I remember that.
And then the other one's probably,
I caught hell over that. I still stand by it, though. I don't give a shit. I reserve the right to do that as a fan. And they made some changes, so good on them.
The best one to me is I show my friends this one all the time was the Georgia South Carolina game last year when you started crying.
Oh yeah, that one was good because like they were up at the half and like you could just see it slipping away from them because they didn't have lack-a-daff, and Jackpot was pissed. We don't have enough to hang with these motherfuckers. That's why.
It was mad. Somebody said, "Well, are you mad?" Well, why do you think I'm mad? You dumb fuck. I've cried on several. I cried when we almost lost to Vanderbilt. And then I got down on my knees and started, I think, talking in tongues to the Lord during the Clemson game. So, yeah, I've had some intervention type moments during these videos.
No, man, I love the channel, man. I really do.
Thank you.
My favorite. I'm a Georgia fan, but you're my favorite. Trust me. Way more entertaining.
Well, I appreciate that. It means a lot. There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, 10 times better, Uncle Lou. But yeah, I appreciate it. Happy birthday, Jackpot. Love the show. You too,
Thanks, sir.
Go Taters.
See you later. All right, let's bring in Jarrett. Jarrett, what you got? Jarrett, hello.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Jarrett. You got to hit the unmute button. All right, Jarrett, too long. Peckerhead, welcome to the program.
First up, horns up, baby. Horns up. Get them high. Get them proud. All right.
I don't know if you saw my video I did yesterday talking about the Clemson Texas matchup with my Matthew McConaughey profile or the whatever you call it, thumbnail when he was doing like this.
Yeah,
I had saw down there on a little block that said, "How many touchdowns you beaten Clemson by?"
Yeah, well, when I saw that, I thought it was just like a stag film you're making.
Another thing, can we talk about how
I didn't watch it because I was like, I love Jackpot, but I don't want to see Jackpot in a stag film. So,
the first thing I wanted to touch on, Marshall's whole team hitting the transfer portal and them not being able to play a bowl game is the craziest thing I've seen in a while. And why the hell did they fire a 10-2 coach to begin with?
No, he left them. He didn't fire.
He quit.
Oh, I read online that he got fired.
He went to Southern Miss for $200,000 more dollars. He was making $755 at Marshall, and he went to Southern Miss for $950.
Yeah, I mean, damn. But just the idea now that you could just lose your entire team in just one off season. Yeah, I mean, holy shit. How are there no guardrails at this point? I think the NCAA is starting to see it. At some point, this transfer portal nonsense is going to.
We laugh about that, but think about this, Jackpot. If you had your Utz truck right now and you were making $750,000 a year, and you could go to let's say Columbia. You have to have a route in Columbia, but you're going to make $200,000 more a year. you'd probably move, right?
Oh, no doubt, especially if it was Columbia.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I
Hell,
don't know.
I'd probably move for free if it was Columbia.
Yeah. I don't know if that's enough or not, but I mean, he's $200,000 is a lot of money. So,
well, I bet you all them players are going straight to Southern Miss too. At least the majority of them.
200 grand is a lot of money when you're making what he. I mean, yeah,
absolutely. So I don't really fault the coach for that. But if I were like a Marshall alumni or if I were a Marshall booster, I'm like, wait a minute, you're letting this guy leave for $200,000?
Yeah, how could they not come up with that? The real question is, did he even give him a chance to match it? Maybe he just didn't want to be there in general. Because I mean, that's a lateral move at best.
They probably make $200,000 a year off damn Randy Moss jerseys in the damn student bookstore.
Yep. Hey, speaking of Randy Moss, as a Patriots fan, the man beat cancer in like a week. Absolute legend.
He was
really
one of those players. Oh man, he had beat cancer and
he just went into I think it was maybe 3 days ago. He was cancer free, but I think it only came out like a week before that he was even hospitalized for it.
Oh damn, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Do you think Marshall made any money off that movie, Rob?
By the way, I think it was.
I'm sure they got something off of it. I'd have to research, but I'm sure, like, even if they didn't get a payout for using their likeness and everything else, I mean, just the advertising end of it and how much, I mean, there's a cost on that too. So, I don't know, man. It's the fact that they let the coach walk for just that small amount of money is maybe there was something else going on behind the scenes, but holy crap with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes me think maybe he didn't even give him a chance to match it. Because like I was saying, that's at best a lateral move. It might even be a step down. I don't know what Southern Miss facilities look like. I know Marshall generally has decent facilities.
I know that Ellis Johnson told us on the radio that wasn't the best place to coach, and he went there. And I respect Ellis Johnson as a coach.
Well, they have a stadium, the M.M. Roberts Stadium, that seats about 40,000 people. They call it the Rock.
The Rock.
The fun fact about Southern Miss is in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Crack
Rock.
Yeah, precisely.
Isn't that the school Brett Favre stole all that money from? Aren't you you're the Packers fan, right? He stole all that government money and put it into y'all's volleyball team, right?
I actually talked about that too, and how utterly disgusting that was. That Brett Favre essentially stole food stamp money from fucking homeless people
to build a fucking volleyball
center at Southern Miss. He should be ashamed of himself.
I mean, I still don't know how he didn't see some jail time for that. I mean,
dude, Brett Favre's done a lot of stupid shit. He took pictures of his junk and mailed them to like one of the journalists. So it's like, look, be a horn dog, all that stuff, but somebody that's actually covering the sport, you're going to send her a picture of your dick.
So what he did this a long time, like this was back in the day or what?
Yeah, he was playing for the Jets, and there was a reporter for the Jets, and apparently Brett Favre wanted to, I don't know, hit on this reporter.
Well,
so how do you do that? Let's just send her a picture of our dick.
So that reminds me of something.
So what did he do? Like take a Polaroid, or he took some like on one of them 8mm, one of them old cameras with film. You had to take it to the photo lab and drop it off and get it developed.
She released the picture and everything.
Because most of those photo labs, they wouldn't develop. Well, they would develop those pictures. Because I know this from back in the day.
I was just wondering how you knew about this jackpot.
When I worked for Winn-Dixie.
Okay.
We used to have photo labs in the stores, and if any pictures of junk or snatches or any of that stuff were taken and they developed it, they weren't allowed to like put it in the sleeve with the other ones. They had to mark it contains pornographic material and send it off somewhere like to be shredded or something. But they would always like show us like, call you up there. Hey, you want to see this?
Hey,
And then
that reminds me of something. I don't know if y'all knew this or not. If y'all didn't, y'all are going to think this is the craziest thing you've ever heard. All right. Have y'all heard the Keanu Cott story at Alabama?
Oh,
get ready for this. So he was a linebacker at Alabama, right? And
So hold on just a second. In 2008, so when the iPhone was released in 2000 and what year? I don't remember. 2004.
Hey Google.
So this is
probably something like that.
June 29th, 2007.
When was the iPhone released?
2007.
June 29th,
June 29th,
Right.
2007.
So this was in 2008. So that's probably how he did it. He sent a picture in 2008. I'm venturing to say
There's an email
that's how he
probably.
did it.
Hey, but listen, this is way more. Listen, y'all are gonna lose your shit when I tell you this. All right, Keanu. I'm mispronouncing his name. Keanu Coat. All right, he was forced out of the Alabama program. All right, you want to know why?
Why?
He DM'd, direct messaged the coach's daughter
DeBoer's daughter, right?
a dick pic, and they said, "You want this horse?" He said, "You want this horse?" To the coach's daughter, to Kaylin DeBoer's daughter.
He emailed. Yeah, he sent the picture to DeBoer's daughter, a picture of his penis, and said, "Hey, you want this horse?" What the fuck?
What was going on in that young man's head? Oh my gosh. You're talking about being down bad. I mean, that's worse than not Aaron Rodgers. That's worse than
Well, a lot of people do that, though. I mean, a lot of people send that. It's just nuts. I had never. You ever sent a junk pic to anybody, Rob?
No.
I haven't either.
Never even crossed my mind.
No, I mean, if I was wanting to make them laugh, I might have, but
Well, I hear that since it's Jackpot's birthday, all dick pics can go to @Hall_Kale on Twitter. Just
Hey, that's another thing.
I know the hell you say.
That's another thing.
I have a
Y'all
hard
need
enough time looking at that short, stubby trophy you bring out.
Y'all need to pay the fat man on his birthday. All right, it's this man's birthday.
Speaking of that, Fat Man is up $100 today. Action NFL bets. I took the Texans -1 for first half, which cashed, and then the Steelers Eagles under 43. That cash. Had to sweat that one out a little bit. Eagles had the ball in the red zone with like 3 minutes left, and they just kind of sat on it a little bit.
Hey, I sent my birthday 5. Jay Scheidt sent his birthday 5. I'm just wondering where the rest of them are at. We got to pay the fat man on his birthday.
I don't know. Mike Bridges sent us $20.
What's that?
Yeah.
Mike Bridges.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah.
Sent us $20 too, and he talked about. There you go. So
awesome. Run it up.
I got enough to get him some Miller Lite.
I got a couple of comments here. Chris over in the comment section earlier. He this is way back. So I didn't forget this one. He said Billy Napier is the only thing interesting about Florida. Man, that's setting the bar low. It really is. And then Chris also he brought this up too. A former Gamecock receiver who transferred after last year, Omega Blake, is going to visit this coming week. He had like way over 1,000 yards receiving this past year for
he averaged like 26 a catch.
Yeah, he transferred out of here. He went to East Carolina initially, and then he left there. I think after spring ball, and he ended up with Biff Poggi at Charlotte. And now he's hit the portal again, and we're talking about coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I read something from a pretty reputable insider, I'd say, for the Gamecocks, who said Omega didn't even really want to leave. So that's part of the reason why they're thinking he's a front runner of him coming back. Seems like he kind of got asked to leave instead of him wanting to leave last year.
Well, hell, I mean, why would they have asked him to leave if I don't know.
Well, yeah, none of us sit in the practice. It's probably just something we'll practice, But he seems to have found his work ethic.
I mean, I would take Jackpot Jr.'s comment here. It makes a lot of sense. They aren't going to take him because he was a locker room problem.
That could have been the case. I'm not sure why he was asked to leave, but that's what I did read, is that he didn't want to leave last year.
I mean, his last name's Hall.
What that means, but and that's another thing. I think that was a huge getting Jaylen Brown. I mean, this guy, just the size alone is what excites me. How many times have we just seen a Gamecocks line just not compare at all in size to the O-line we're playing? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's happened a bunch in the past.
And since
now
the last and
level up.
Exactly. I've been telling my buddy this for the past 2 classes. It seems like every lineman Beamer's taken is an absolute unit. And that's just what excites me the most, is just getting some beef on the D-line finally. Muschamp like those small athletic D linemen, and they just get blown off the ball anytime anybody ran a jumbo package. And we're
like the save. What was the name of the one that y'all called the Savior, Rob? That transferred to us. He was a JUCO. The
Belk?
one,
Belk?
No, not Belk. The guy Matt was before Belk. He said he was going to bust Watson's ass.
Hey Rob, you can let Tiger Red Devil in. By the way,
you know who I'm talking about.
No, I'm trying to remember, but Mike gave us
Ulrich Jones was his name.
Ulrich Jones, yeah. Mike gives us another $20.
Yeah, he busted it all right.
So
thank you, Mike. Hey, Mike Bridges. Listen, he's good people, man. He's good people.
All right, so you want
Mike Bridges said, "Fuck rent money, fuck house payment. We got to pay Fat Man this thing." You know?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Down, motherfuckers.
Down.
We got this shit. You're gonna be 2 pissed off Gamecocks come Sunday.
Come on.
Hey, I give you guys credit. When don't I give you guys credit every time I speak to you, Drew? And
you give us credit.
You do.
You guys won fair and square. You're the better team than us.
You give us credit. I've long said you're one of the more sensible Clemson fans out there. I've long said that.
Come on, I know you know another one. You went there. You got to know what. You were probably cheering your ass off.
When y'all played Boston College, I was wearing my Tom Brady jersey. Let's put it that way.
I got you.
But no, in all honesty, it's a cult, man. But half the people don't even give a shit about it. They're just like, oh, who are we playing? It's a fucking ACC game. It don't really matter.
Yeah. I know. Okay. Who you got? What do you think the score is going to be Saturday? Honestly, you're honest. What do you think? Do you think it'll be a blowout, or you think it'll be close?
Here's what I honestly think. And KO, his opinion might differ. I think he said something similar in his video. I think it's probably going to be Texas scores around 24 to 28 points. I don't see Clemson getting past 10, though, because I think Texas.
About Texas, do they have a dominant defense? I mean,
they got they got the number 1 pass defense.
Yeah,
I think they got the best D line in college football outside of the Gamecocks right now. Yeah. I mean, if you that Texas A&M game, oh my gosh, they could. I don't even know how much they ran for. I think they had a stat. I know they stopped them on that 4th and 1. Or it was like 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. Stopped them every time. I mean, that
Texas A&M turned out to be a super turd burger.
I just hope it's a close game. I hope we can compete. I know it's in Austin, and
I don't think the crowd's going to be that big of an environment. I mean, I know Texas is a big stadium, but you think it will, Kel?
They haven't lost very many games there recently.
They're on the sideline, so they have that.
All right.
What?
Matthew McConaughey and the Undertaker will be on the sidelines.
Well, there you go. That's an advantage right there. And I mean, is
+1
Dabo going to get to run out of that big vagina before the game, or is that?
I think only the home team runs out of the uterus.
Wait, does that mean Clemson's going to get a pregame video at Austin? I heard you talking about that earlier, Kale, with the Tennessee getting a pregame video at the Shoe. I think that was you talking about it. I don't know if it might not. I might have heard it somewhere else. I don't know if y'all know this.
Oh,
or not.
I don't know if you saw this or not on Twitter, but Tennessee's got something circulating around the interwebs. It's like a Google Earth map and image of Ohio Stadium, and in relation to it, there's a river here, the Olentangy River, which runs right beside the stadium, and they've got a direct path drawn from the stadium to the street right directly behind the end zone. It goes down, which they drew a line to the river and put a star where they plan on dumping the goalposts. They're planning on ripping down the goalposts there as the visiting fans after they win the game against Ohio State and dumping them in this river.
I personally hope that if that happens, all of them get arrested.
I can't stand State, but I hope they beat Tennessee. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just a Tennessee thing. It's just that if you are that fucking stupid, and first of all, they're going to be outnumbered just by, I would say, let's just say 70-30. Okay. You think that the 70% of those Ohio State fans that are going to be in that stadium is going to allow that shit to happen?
Probably not.
Well, and this is what I was saying earlier. I'll be brief with it because it's not as interesting. But the playoffs are taking over all the video board all the production shit. So all the pregame stuff, everything, all the entertainment is going to be done through the playoffs. So each away team, I know Tennessee, I'm assuming every other one, each away team when they're at the home hosted games are still going to have pregame videos to run out to. I mean, what do y'all think about that? In my opinion, if they don't absolutely drown out that video with booze, I mean, could you imagine getting a pregame video at your home stadium of another team?
A home field advantage then.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine that they're playing a Tennessee promo and at Williams-Brice?
Yeah.
It would never happen.
That would be dumb, and it would make sense for it to get booed out completely.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. And Rob, I think you were gone when Tiger Red Devil asked for your opinion, and I don't think I've heard yours yet on the game. What do you actually think about this Texas game going on?
Rob, real quick, Rob, I just hope we can keep it close.
Well, I mean, look, I when I look at at Texas and who they've played, they haven't done anything that makes you think, oh, wow, they're just this big badass team. You know what I'm saying? They have some playmakers. I think I said this the other day. Ewers is the kind of player that if he gets hit, I wonder. I mean, he just seems like he's soft. You know? What I'm
Boy,
scared
do you
of,
really want to hurt Quinn Ewers, though? I mean, Arch Manning.
I'd rather face Ewers than Arch.
We've already shown that we don't have the ability to defend a running quarterback. I don't want anything to do with Arch Manning. Sit over there, sir. So yeah,
I mean, come on.
Texas they haven't done anything really. They don't seem very explosive to me at all.
Look, I mean, Mississippi State hung with them for 3 quarters.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're shitty against. I mean, I don't like. Look, I think they're a better team than Clemson.
They're letting Kentucky hang in the game with them at the end of the season when Kentucky had already mailed it in.
Yep.
Yeah, but so did Georgia.
And Vandy did too.
Well, I think that's one thing I was saying earlier. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Georgia. I know Beck's out, but there ain't a team in that playoffs that's more battle tested than Georgia.
When they're on their day, they're the best team in the country. When they're on their day, best.
That's what I'm saying. And I haven't heard a whole lot of Georgia winning the Natty coming out of the internet, and I think it's warranted. They're a scary team. What'd you say, Tiger?
Because Beck's hurt.
Well, the thing is, Gunnar Stockton came in, went 9 for 10, drove him down, scored again.
He looked good.
And I'll because you might not even know this.
So Texas will have 42 by halftime. Are you out of your fucking mind?
I don't know about that. I gave my score prediction. I think
it's scheduled this year was Georgia, and Georgia had what was it? What was the score at the half? Wasn't it like 9-3 or something at the half?
No, it's not gonna be that bad. I think I gave my score prediction. Yeah. I think this is realistic. I think it's going to be. You didn't hear it, Rob, but I think Texas is going to get between 24 and 28 points. But I don't see Clemson going past 10 on the Texas defense. I think it's going to play out a little bit like we saw that Georgia game.
I don't trust our offense. I don't. It's too inconsistent. Plus the games.
Yeah.
Well, but Moffa's still hurting.
He's got
Daniel's backup's out for the whole game, ain't he?
Yeah. So Moffa's still hurting. So there's that.
He's out.
So I don't know. We'll see. That's all I can tell you.
And another thing, I don't think Cade is good enough. Personally, I know he's great in the mid-season and games where you're supposed to win, but in games where it's a close line or you're underdogs, he just hasn't done enough to win the ball games. When's the last game where it was like a really close line or maybe you were underdogs that y'all won with Cade? I think he's lost every one of them.
Well, he won the SMU game.
He did.
SMU game. That's fair. SMU game.
I was going to say Pitt, but I think they had lost a couple before they played us.
Yeah, that was like I think they were on like a 3-game losing streak.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Cade, he's good against the teams they'll need to beat, and that's good, but he just hasn't done enough to get over the top on the games where you need a quarterback to be the difference.
Well, did you see where he's a Heisman front runner next year?
What? Who put that out? On Vegas?
Lenore Sellers is a dark horse for the Heisman. Cade is a front runner.
Well, the thing with that is what quarterback who isn't a pure mobile and a pure dual threat? Cade can run, but he's not a pure dual threat. What quarterback has won it that hasn't been a pure dual threat? I guess Baker.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Wasn't really.
Do you think he's going to have a Baker season?
I fucking hope so. Really do.
We'll see. He's got a tough test the first game. That could be
LSU at home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Nussmeier's coming back.
Is he?
He already
got unfinished business.
Now that's I don't like it. That's the kind of damn game I could see them damn shitbirds winning and freaking Dabo going on some kind of damn tirade about little old Clemson after it, and they'll think they're winning the damn national championship.
Well, the thing the thing that hurts the Dabo needs to use the transfer portal argument is the fact that he did win the ACC title and he's in the playoffs. So in his mind, he justified.
But he only won the ACC. All Miami had to do was score 4 more points against the dang Fruit, or keep a dang Fruit from scoring 4 more points against him, and he wouldn't even have had a shot.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying.
I'm not. SMU is that they're soft as baby shit. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
And them being in the damn playoffs is ridiculous. But the thing about it is, I don't know with all the 3 lost teams, with the Gamecocks, you can make an argument for them to be there and not be there. Same thing with Alabama. Same thing with Ole Miss. It's like you can – and then Miami, they don't deserve to be there either. So none of these teams really deserve to be there. So what the heck do you do?
Well, that's true. And the thing is, I think Dabo looks at it like, we won the ACC title this year. My teams 4 years ago won the ACC title. We're just as good as we were back then.
We don't need the transfer portal.
We don't need it. And I think that's going to be to his downfall.
Where we're hosting
we're hosting the kid from Purdue, like the big defensive lineman.
But he's not a real. He's. That's not a real. Come on. That's not going. That's not.
They're not anything.
Purdue defense was like one of the worst in the country too.
Well, they went one game.
But the kid's rated as one of the highest rated linebackers in the transfer portal.
Is he?
His team sucked. Yeah, he's rated as a high.
I think it's like a case of he was the defense.
That could be. Well, Stone Blanton, I imagine.
I don't know. He may be a good player. I don't know. We don't know.
But the thing is, even if you get him, you're not going to utilize it to the level that every other team in the country is going to utilize it. And I'll believe that when I'll believe different when I see different. You might take 1 or 2. Hell, you took Helms last year. Technically, you used the portal. Or was it 2 years ago?
We took Paul Tyson 2 years ago, and we took Hunter Johnson, but he had already played with us before.
That's what I'm saying. So, you've technically grabbed a piece here and there. I'll believe it when I see 12 transfers.
Well, the numbers for everybody is going to change once they go to the.
There has to be a That is baby steps, sir.
Oh, that's another thing. I think I saw it was like 6, or it was either 2 or 6. It's a wide range, so forgive me, but 2,000 or 6,000 players have already entered the transfer portal.
Oh, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to.
I mean,
we're going to have more people leave after we play. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. None of the big dogs have lost players only because they haven't been eliminated yet. And
you got like what 10 or 12 people leave, but I don't think anyone of note.
Nobody was a starter. Nobody even really sniffed a starter spot.
The only one I recognized was I think like Nick Elskins. I'd heard that name before, but
yeah. But probably the bigger one was Braswell at running back. But he was a third string. But he was a 4-star coming out of high school. So,
right. Oh, DJ Braswell.
Yeah,
you got that.
I forgot he was even on the team. To be honest with you,
that's what I'm saying. He was buried. I mean, it was a good move for him.
You got Nick Sharp from Wake Forest was a good pickup.
Yeah, you saw that photo I sent. 2 sacks allowed. Hold up, I don't think Kale gave it justice. Where's my phone? Hold up.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
I'll have to pull it up if you got the text. Pull it up and read. Oh, I got my phone right here. I think he just said how many years he had been playing and didn't give it the true justice. On 481 pass block snaps, only 2 career sacks allowed. I mean, this guy is an absolute pass pro legend. I mean, I think he's going to be Torricelli Simpkins times 2. Because Simpkins was great for us.
Yeah, he was, except in that Clemson game. He pissed me off with them down.
He tried to
late hits out of bounds. There's no reason for that. Well, it was the same thing. Somebody was probably talking shit, and he decided to retaliate, and he did it at the wrong time. Very much the wrong time.
But I think he'll make an immediate impact. And this line is gearing up. I mean, they ended the year amazing. They started off piss poor, ended the year amazing. This line is gearing up to be one of the best in the SEC next year.
You got all the players back?
Yeah, we've got all. I think Simpkins is the only lineman who's graduating. Torricelli Simpkins. Everybody else was a sophomore this year, so they're all coming back as juniors. And we had a one freshman starting at left tackle.
Well, what's his name? The Tree is coming back,
which
I was glad to see. I thought he might hit the transfer portal after, Josiah Thompson starting over him. But they're talking about moving him to guard.
Yeah, it's going to be Tree, Marquis Anderson, Josiah Thompson, Cam Pringle, and I'd imagine that new guy we just got is going to fill out that 5th slot.
What about Josiah Moore? He missed the whole season, but he still has another year left. He was pretty good when he was starting.
He was good. The thing is, I think you got to go with – because these guys who are – everybody who I named was a top 150 lineman. Right. Not 150 like lineman, but 150 player.
Right.
I mean, Ja'Kai Moore, he's an excellent depth piece. I think is how we're going to use him. He's got seniority for sure. I mean, it all depends, I guess, on how fall camp goes. If he comes in and he balls out, sure, put him in. But I think the guys that I named are probably going to get a notch over him, at least as far as the skill set goes, just based off of their recruiting profile. But granted, you can't, base a whole lot on recruiting profiles these days. They ain't worth a shit. So,
yeah. All right, gentlemen. Well, appreciate you guys.
Yep. Go Gamecocks. Go Texas. Horns down. Pay the fat man. Send him a 5. Send him a birthday 5. Woo!
Horns down. Go Tigers.
Sports Talk with Tom Bailey says that Texas is going to beat Clemson so bad that Dabo will retire.
Yeah. I mean, everything that he says is horse shit anyway. So, Jarrett, welcome to the program. Oh, let me put this out there, by the way, too. Tom has been in the holding area to come on, and then he leaves.
Oh, don't worry. He was on. Listen.
Jarrett, let me finish, sir. Calm down. We'll give you time to do your thing.
I'm sorry.
I don't want people thinking that I was ducking Tom, because I'm not. All right. It's just that I'm not going to put him up over when he drops in, and there's like 6 people that have been waiting longer than he has.
Yeah,
So
that's not. Yeah,
he'll
that
go
wouldn't be fair.
and say that I was trying to avoid him, and I'm not. Anyway, go ahead, Jared.
He was on Kangaroo Black's show, I believe, and he was talking to him, and I was like, "That's the guy. That's the guy." And his name's Tom, right? Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. He was on Kangaroo Black's show because he's an Alabama fan, right? Yeah, that's it. That was him. Yeah, I could tell by his voice that was him.
What was he talking about?
Alabama saying how they were crying, saying something about predicting, saying something about scam. It was like a scam. It was rigged. They were predicting the score, saying it was Alabama. Just bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. Saying it was rigged. Alabama didn't get in. All that mess. Nonsense. Anyway. For Texas,
they lost whatever.
Yeah, I know. It don't get me started. It's crazy. As for Texas, I still think Texas is going to win because tell me, how long has it been since Clemson's beaten a SEC team? For real, like how long has it been since Texas?
I guess since they beat the Gamecocks last November last year.
Yeah, but that's the
Kentucky in the Gator Bowl.
Yeah, but that a top tier SEC.
Hold on, that's the thing with people. Oh, well,
what are you trying to say? The Gamecocks aren't top tier?
Yeah, but that's the
thing.
Well,
y'all starting to build.
It's just silly to me. All I'm going to tell you people is this, okay? Texas just joined your conference. Do you really think that they're an SEC team yet? Or are you just claiming them because they're in the playoff? Because I know that a lot of you lower back tattoo folks were talking about, I'm glad Georgia won. We didn't want Texas coming in here and taking the title in the first year. I can't get anywhere with you people like that, man.
Well, Rob, you know as well as I do, it doesn't matter if you were playing Saddam Hussein's team this coming Saturday. I would be pulling for them. You know that. I mean, I don't.
But it's consistent with you, and I just deal with it. The reality is that in 9 days, 8 days, whatever the hell it is, we're going to play Texas, and we'll see what they have. And if Clemson doesn't have it, I'll be right here that Sunday.
I was looking at Matt B. Great's channel, and it looks like Dabo's in the portal. Is that true?
Dabo's in the portal?
No, he's hosting players. Notable the Purdue. And it doesn't mean he's going to take him either. You know? I mean, I hope that they do, but I don't know, man. We'll see.
All right, he's got my hopes up. I'm like,
Calloway
didn't do it.
It didn't fit our culture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dabo got my hopes up for nothing. Even though I'm a Georgia fan, I'm like, man, is he ever going to get with the times? I'm like, he got my hopes up for nothing. I was like, damn, I was hoping he would get with the times, but I guess not.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. For Georgia, listen, I think they are one of the best teams out there, but I think Oregon is slightly just a tad better when it comes to quarterback play. Because, their quarterback is fucking amazing. And I would hate to have to go against Oregon in the national title game, to be honest. Really, for real. Because you know how Georgia struggles with, like, two types of quarterbacks, dual threat quarterbacks.
Yeah, they didn't. Jackson Dart kind of gave him a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah, so imagine going against Dylan Gabriel. That dude will fucking man. And they even predicted the first game of the year. They had predictions saying Oregon versus Georgia national title, and it's looking like that's going to be the case. Question is, can Georgia make it that far? And if so, can Georgia beat Oregon?
Well, it's in Atlanta, right? National championship game.
Yeah, we get bad luck in Atlanta. God knows, I hate that. We have bad luck in Atlanta.
Not in regular season games.
Postseason games, we have bad luck in Atlanta.
You just won there. You just won the damn conference title there.
Yeah, but
like sir. Horrible luck.
Yeah, it might benefit them to go on the road somewhere. It's like they'll like the Gamecocks this year. Gamecocks, I think, were undefeated on the road, and not undefeated. They were 4-1 on the road, and it's like they played better away from home.
Yeah, I think Ohio State has the best team on paper, but the problem is it doesn't show it on the field, and y'all can attest to that. Y'all know that. And with Tennessee is they're good, but they're not good on the road. And Ohio State can't beat them.
I don't trust Tennessee to win a big game like that.
I don't trust them to win a game on the road, and I don't trust Ohio State to beat a SEC team. So it's like a wishy-wash. So it's like pick your poison.
Well, somebody's going to have to win that thing along.
Well,
I think Ohio State's going to win it. I don't see Tennessee going up there and beating them. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to scrap their plans to tear down their goalposts and go dump them in the river because I don't think it's happening, bruh.
Yeah, I'm wishy-washy. I have no idea who's going to win that game. It can go either way. Tennessee has terrible.
So I think Ohio State just played their worst game of the season 2 Saturdays ago, and I think they're going to come for it. And you talking about coaching for your job, Ryan Day? I mean, this dude. I mean, they seriously might fire his ass if he loses this game. So I just don't see it. With all that talent they got, I don't think there's any way that they don't win. I just think
maybe
I'm ready.
It can go either way. That's the only game I can see that's really close. That's a nail biter. I don't see any other games. I don't know what other games do you see that are like nail biters.
I mean, I think call me nuts. I think Indiana might upset Notre Dame.
You think so?
I do. I mean, I think they've got a really good coach. I think they got a really solid team. I think this is like their what do you call it? They're getting a second chance at doing this thing. I mean, they didn't do so well against Ohio State, and I think they're going to go punch Notre Dame in the mouth.
I like SMU and Penn State. I like SMU to be hanging that game.
Really?
Not just because of the, you're going to think it's because of the whole conference thing. It's not. I just still think that Penn State is paper soft.
Come on now. Did you see how they were holding against Oregon?
They beat the hell out of everybody they played.
None of those teams that they beat were none of those teams they beat were in the actual playoff. And I don't trust James Franklin. Sorry.
He's basically accounting for the 2 losses for Oregon and Ohio State.
The team that lost to Clemson. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he's accounting for the 2 losses.
Yeah. Well, you asked me who I picked, and that's what I'm telling you. That's just what I think.
Rob is accounting for the 2 losses of Oregon and Ohio State, so I see why he's saying Ohio State.
The schedule that's worth a shit, sir. I'll wait.
I know what you're talking about. They lost
Penn State. They beat Indiana. I mean, not Indiana. They beat Illinois.
I believe they lost to Ohio State, right?
They won at Minnesota. I mean,
they're not ranked.
They won at USC.
They're not ranked. Next, you're talking about a bunch of non-ranked teams.
They lost to Ohio State, and they lost to somebody else, a ranked team.
They beat them, Rob. I mean, they can't help it that those teams weren't ranked. I mean, they beat them.
But they haven't played anybody that's worth a shit jackpot other than Oregon and Ohio State.
Yeah, but that's not their fault. I mean, they beat the teams that.
He's basically saying he wants James Franklin to win a game that matters, and I get it.
Well, I would like him to as well. I thought he was going to do that against Oregon. He had a chance to, but he freaking blew it. But Oregon's good. Oregon's good, like you mentioned about that quarterback. I mean, they're good. SMU is not Oregon.
Yes, Chris, you fucking idiot. They beat a playoff team. Go home.
Yeah, Oklahoma blew that.
It's
Oklahoma blew it on.
That shit's stupid, dude. I don't know how he ties his shoes. I really don't. Anyway.
Who are you talking about, Tom?
I'm talking about Chris. Tom's a dummy too, but Chris is like, what about Clemson? Have they beat a top 25 team? Yes, they beat a playoff team. Go and look, sir.
What does it say for the ACC that the two teams they have in the playoffs are the 11 and 12 seeds?
It's the way that the playoffs shook out.
Well, no, they shook out that way because those teams just aren't very good.
Okay.
That's why Clemson got the 12th spot. But I do disagree. Hey, listen to me. I do think that Boise State shouldn't be 3. They should be 4. And if we're being honest, I think Boise State should be in a playoffs by itself, like a group of 5 playoffs where you have a playoff not NCAA, but a playoffs not associated with the NCAA.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, but they're there and they've earned their spot. So
I don't know about them being right. I mean, but Arizona State, I don't know.
You look. I know. This is going to hurt feelings.
Some people were calling Arizona State the hottest team in the country. I mean, they did. They blew out Ohio. Or what was it? Iowa State in their championship.
Iowa State. Yep, that's a rank.
And they blew out a terrible Arizona team. Other than that, I mean, they've been winning games by like a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, they're okay. So
you can't have the SEC Invitational. That's not what the playoff is. I know that hurts a lot of feelings.
What was up with that running back there? Was he not? Or his numbers not Heisman worthy?
Scatterboo.
Genty? Are you talking about Genty?
Genty.
Scattered boo boo.
Scatterboo. Yeah.
I think he finished 5th in the Heisman race. Something like
did he? Okay, I didn't know.
It's not fair for running backs. I swear, running backs do everything right, but yet these cornerbacks, wide receivers, quarterbacks, they get all the praise, but the running backs don't get shit.
Well, these running backs are the ones that take all the punishment.
Yeah, Genty should.
They're running. Obviously, they're running the football. They're getting the shit beat out of them there, and then they're sitting here blocking linebackers and DNs and everything else. Getting the shit beat out of there. Quarterback ain't blocking nobody.
Scatterboo finished 5th. Army's quarterback finished 6th. Penn State's tight end finished 7th.
Yeah, they were garbage.
Curtis Rourke finished 9th. And Kyle McCord from Syracuse finished 10th.
Not bad. Not bad.
Anyway,
but I do think
we got to.
Okay,
what you got? Finish up.
I was just thinking, there's no bias between Travis Hunter. He probably deserved it, but I do think if he wants to have a longer career, he's going to have to decide whether he wants to be a corner or wide receiver because he keeps getting hurt.
The NFL is going to make that decision for him.
Yeah, he can't. It's not like it was like decades ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it, buddy.
Okay.
See you later. There you go, Jackpot. It's been a good birthday show.
Good observation there. It's not like it was.
Yeah, so Hunter, by the way, in the regions, Hunter won the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, the South. He won every region except the Far West, which of course is where Boise State.
So he won the red states pretty much.
He won every state but the Far West, where he got 357 points and Hunter got 354. So, I mean,
that shirt you got on, is that a dress? Is that a robe or is that a Hawaiian shirt?
It's a dress shirt. It's a Christmas dress shirt that has holiday.
I thought at first it was a Hawaiian shirt, but then I saw it had a long sleeve.
It's got Christmas lights on it. It says "Get Lit."
Ha!
Yeah. So there you go. There you go with that. Anyway, Jackpot, it's been a good birthday show for you. We'll be back at it on Wednesday. Oh, Jackpot, we didn't talk about the South Carolina and Clemson basketball teams. It'll be squaring off in Columbia on Tuesday night.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. The chef Chef's gonna get you guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he probably will. They're not real good this year. Oh, did you see the South Carolina game yesterday? I didn't see this part because I just watched bits and pieces of it. Did you see where that USC Upstate kid like almost died?
Where he fell on his head or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah.
Jeez, I couldn't hardly watch that clip. And that happened in the first half, and my son said, "Did you see that when it happened live?" My son said that they just like after that happened, the screen just went black, and they just put the ESPN logo up there for like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they took him off on a stretcher, but he said he was back at USC Upstate last night, and he gave the thumbs up.
Let's get an update on that. USC Upstate player. Let's see how that worked out. Hold on. Yeah, there's an injury update on him. Let's see what we got here. Discharged from the hospital. So that's good. According to this report, he's back in Spartanburg and on the road to recovery. Dunking on a fast break, hung on the rim, fell on his head. Let's see, Ryan Clary, who I know is the play-by-play voice for SC Upstate, says he was moving and communicating even after the fall. But yeah, you hate to see kids get hurt like that.
That was horrendous. Like he was lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how he didn't break his neck. It was, oh God. I mean, you're falling from what, at least 9 feet?
Yeah.
Ugh.
On your head.
On a wooden floor. I mean,
not good. All right, Jackpot.
Thank you for the birthday wishes, folks. I appreciate that.
Yep. Let's thank our super chats again to make sure we got Mike Bridges twice. Thank you. Donovan, thank you. Jay and Peckerhead all sent super chats this evening.
Yes, thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all. All right. We'll see you guys later on. Have a good evening.
Appreciate it.